Alrighty then.
I've never even forged a butter knife before. Perhaps Forge
butter
Master Luke is
knife.
having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I. Oh, wait. Are you... Sorry. I'm Saver, not soon to be former apprentice. People are buying up weapons faster. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies... I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about.
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
Since I ain't got nothing to
Fools
do.
refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before.
What the
And
fuck?
then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalimil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? Well, there's plenty of folk in Dalimil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Alright. Awkward little silent
Ask
moment.
Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to it.
Let's get to it.
The most fragrant herbs and
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here, have a taste.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
plates and pots, bowls and basins, silver platters, sweet incense. Ha! They've opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word.
Well, we can make our way back.
Good day, my lord.
Got anything I need? The thousand tables or
Fare you well.
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
randomly asked the person.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. Your knife snaps every time you use it. You'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer.
Full business, eh? Man after my own heart. Can't you see I'm busy? Unless you'd like a closer look at my knives.
Nice.
The baths are, closed for scrubbing. Please bear with us a little longer.
Ruined. All those years of toil. Every coin I've ever earned is tied up in...
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need.
Might your services be...
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalimil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to Dusnov Terraces. Tell me what you find there.
All right.
Alright.
I'll go and take a look.
Wonderful.
Sounds
It's
simple
not far.
enough.
Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of the way. These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison. My livelihood, my very life, is at stake. In all my years tending the baths, I've never known anything like this to happen. Please, find out what's gone wrong.
Kneaded to a silken softness.
Welcome, sir. What can I do you for?
A question, if you don't mind. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something, I suppose.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp. Makes sense. So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Put a knife with an edge like Odin's razor in my hand, and I'll make short work of any carcass.
Yeah.
It
Nice.
would make a fine gift.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dalimil.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalimil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this
Dalimil,
knife forever.
Steel.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light, meaning someone is going to be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. But maybe a merchant, a favorite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
Oh, jeez. Alright, let's finish this quest. Why would he just run off like that?
Faster!
In here, where all the wolves tried to eat me alive and no one tried to help.
Any luck? Or will you be
Hey,
needing
hey,
help
hey.
with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... Oh, you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so it doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash.
What?
Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled
Limestone?
Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
The limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive.
I mean, since
You'll
we
have
owe
no trouble
you
finding
so much.
limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly. Oh, do you crush it up or just throw it in the furnace?
I mean, since the loads
This
are
is no
just
good.
impeccable.
I was hoping to get out of the heat.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
The finest fabric.
Take a sniff, good sir.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Sweet incense. What candle?
We should get going soon.
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
Yeah, limestone everywhere.
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Ah, just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Dhalmekia and Waloed are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. A man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Oh, but there always
Isn't
is.
there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Yep. Plans is what I do. Hey, my little feathered friend.
Yeah! Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
Dude, man.
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Sava needs.
I so want to jump in that water.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Finally, we'll be able to get one.
Oh, I love how we run so slowly.
Look at the detail.
The juiciest meat from Greensfield. Yes, my carpets have pride of place.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
The spring lime.
You are one of the good ones, you know that? You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for.
Ooh.
That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalimil. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalimil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
Oh, man.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalimil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava, know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable. But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will.
Yay. Our very
Thank you.
own anvil.
I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you.
Yay.
So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalimil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test. That's all that matters.
Yep.
You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
Yay.
When I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
Sweet.
Thank you, Clive. I honestly don't think I could have done it without all your help.
I hear you and the Master are working together now. Glad to have you on board.
You wish to talk? I'm honored.
Farewell now.
No, no, no.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
The most fragrant herbs
Night,
Needed
Peter.
to a silken softness.
Now
Plates
let's,
and pots. Bowls and silver
now let's go see what's
platters,
going on over
lanterns.
here.
Keep
We should get going soon.
What do you
Do
want?
you have water?
Directions? Either take this road to the Fang, or piss off back the way you came.
Nice. Rather just piss off.
Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia.
Come on, girl. The gate's open now. We can press it.
Limestone everywhere.
What the hell are those things?
I don't know, but I need to get to them.
Something awful's taken up residence in the springs. You'll turn back if you know what's good for you.
These little hotheads over here. Time to cool them off. No wonder it's so bloody hot.
By the flames. That explains the heat. Get him!
There we go.
Get him!
Get that away from me. Sweet dreams.
Frying pan.
Ow. Heh. Ho 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 ho. Nice. Black blood.
That's cooled things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
Such a cool place. No, I seen a box somewhere. Where is it? There she goes.
saw with my own 2 eyes what you did to those devils down there, and I still hardly believe it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Faster.
All in the day's work. Yes, I know. I kicked Z butt.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
I've got a crystal. Finally, we'll be able to get what's
There he is. I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are back to business as usual.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did you find at the terraces? What threatened to make me a pauper?
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? That's something new to worry about. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Here, a small something by way of thanks. Right. It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.
Scarletite. That's what I needed.
It's just as well I sent
Oh,
you
that's
to the terraces
Xavier.
in my stead. It sounds like I'd have been burnt to a crisp.
The, scrubbing is almost finished. We appreciate your patience.
Nice.
Just look!
Now I could go to the forge.
Who's this blue blood?
I got what I need.
Back, are ya? What's Sancfordian, dear? Not bad, if I do say so myself.
All right.
That it? Fine.
That is it.
This is no good. I was hoping to get out of the heat for a little while.
Oh well.
what I'm hearing?
The finest
The most
fabric.
fragrant herbs and spices.
Kneaded to a silken softness.
Plates and pots!
Sweet incense. What candle?
Well, you're a friend of Lubor's, aren't you? Everyone's getting their crystals
Maybe.
now, if that's what you're worried about. So, let's leave it there, shall we? No sense making a mountain out of a molehill. Not now the vermin are gone.
We'll be able to get what's owed us.
We should get going soon.
Yeah, especially since y'all bastards are the ones that freaking
Let's go.
was stealing it.
Come on, girl, the gate's open.
Yeah. 10-hole gill.
Broken down, you say? From the weight of its load?
Aye. The guards are furious about it. You do well to steer clear.
Well, if it's blocking the road, it'd be a wasted journey anyway.
What
Get
happened?
that damned wagon fixed! Unless you'd rather our men in Dalamil starved.
The axle's gone, Captain. There's nothing I can do.
Get out of my way, I'll fix it. Oh, what the hell? Or not.
Good girl.
I guess not. Oh, obelisk?
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Ooh.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna go jump in the restroom.
After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the Vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers.
Yeah, at least he forgives us. At least he apologizes
freedom
for
did
being
not
a
arise by
coward.
chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the Twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know? Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew.
Hey.
We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet.
Waiting for him to get shot with an arrow or
You
something.
can regale me too, Torgal.
Been a dark game, so that's why I'm ready for something bad to happen. Jeez.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.
Kupka.
Come on.
I shall travel by foot. And see what my travels may bring. I see these little goodies. And I love goodies. Where's all the chocobo races? creepy bridge. Did I go the wrong way?
Get that damned wagon fixed! Unless you'd rather our men in Dalimil starved.
The axle's gone, Captain. There's nothing I can do.
How in the world did I go the wrong damn direction? Because I wasn't paying attention. You can clearly see Dragon's Fang is over there. But it's clear we cannot run over there. Of course. That sucks.
Fuck! Why do they start? What has that gutter rat done to me?
You done what you asked for. You was asking for it.
Out of my sight, wench! I'll kill you, Rosfield! I'll rip out your heart! I'll tear you limb from limb!
Peace, Hugo. The table shan't hurt you any longer.
He sought to humiliate me. Me! If you hadn't interfered, he would be dead!
You truly believe you would have triumphed had the battle continued?
Titan would have ground him into dust!
And how would he have done that without his head?
Shut up!
You weren't strong enough, and you call yourself a dominant. Or rather, you did.
You mock me, Harbert.
I wonder why he didn't call up Titan.
Do you see, Hugo? You are weak.
Fuck!
But so long as that fire burns within you, there is still hope. There may yet be a way for you to take your revenge.
Tell me, what must I do? Please, I'll do anything. Just tell me.
Sad, sad little man.
The heart.
What of it?
A Mother Crystal's heart is the most concentrated source of ether in all creation. Perhaps you could take advantage of that. Of course, the crystal would not yield her blessing to any ordinary man. But then, you are no ordinary man, are you, Hugo? Clive Rosfield stole your power, but others have suffered a similar fate, and still managed to find the strength to conjure their icon. Like Benedicta Harmon. She too drank of the ether and gained a power beyond human understanding.
She did.
She did?
Benedicta. Benedict.
didn't know she did all that.
My love.
I was wondering how she got her powers. But what would that happen to him whenever he already has Acheron powers?
Run along now, Hugo. You need only follow the light. Muthos is here. Very well, it shall be so. You may leave everything to me, Your Majesty.
What the fuck? Deal. Whoa! Oh God, 3 of them?
Orcs. Did the Royalists bring them from Ash?
This does not look good at all. No, we hadn't saved in a while.
Are the Beastmen part of the Waluda army now? How the hell did that happen?
Jeez.
They spotted us.
Voy acá. They're not too bad. What the fuck? That was a little bit too easy.
Taken over the entire mine. Time to fight.
There we go. There we go.
It's over, this one.
There we go.
So
Get you
much
out of
for
my
the men of
sight.
the Rock. Dhalmekia's finest.
Fool! The hell is that, gold? Good boxes. Absolutely nothing in here.
You should never have left Ash. Get him! This one. All yours, Torgal. Over here!
Oh yeah. Who is your daddy?
This one.
Sweet mother crystals. Fool! I thought a big old huge one is gonna come out.
Won't be going any further this way.
Open! Ooh.
Stairs. This must be the way out.
Look at this guy. Can't see nothing. Oh my god, there is the big one. There she goes.
I won't be sneaking past this one. How did I get in here? This one.
nice.
Over here! Awaken, Gwen!
No, you don't.
Over here!
Right. Tis but the fool. Nice big place, but only so many places we can go to. That's a big ass freaking, god damn. Amazing how easily they die. Compared to a lot of enemies I have fought before. Ooh.
By the flames. Come on, Torgal. Kuka never did do things by halves. As if taking the Mother Crystal for his own wasn't enough. He had to build his castle in it.
Yep. Push. Uh-oh.
Let the trial begin.
Oh shit. Ooh.
What the hell?
With me, Torgal.
Come on, baby. Dude, why do these guys feel so much easier? feel like it's not even fair anymore. Ooh, increases thunder damage by 10%. Oh man, my sword looks awesome. Here comes the real fight.
Seems we're expected.
So this is the power of Muthos.
How do I even use this? I don't even know how to use this ability yet. Damn, so close.
Did the orcs do this too?
Hold on. Interesting. Nice. You'd think I'd be able to just shift through each power, but apparently you can only use 3 at a time. Oh well. Strike thee down.
What the hell is going on? Are these things here for me? Or for him?
No idea. Oh, 1600. Nice. Sweet. One Aussie gold. Let's go. Some opponents will use the ability Bravery to invigorate nearby enemies, enhancing their performance in battle. Look for the icon to defeat these targets quickly or risk taking extra damage. Ugh. Ho ho ho! Damn. That was it. It's nice. I couldn't see how many points I made
First
off of that.
walks are these nightmares.
With that one
Is this
hit.
your doing, Ultima?
Nice. What's behind this door? Uh-oh. Boss fight. Kupka sleeping?
You've been busy, Kupka. But where did you go? The heart. He's in the sanctuary. I can feel it. Come on, Torgal.
Now before I take my stuff. It's all my stuff. It's all mine. The potions I do not need. Open! Ew.
Just what I needed.
There we go.
That had better be the last of them.
Slimy little scoundrels. Hello, Kurtbaka. What has he become?
Benedicta.
Bro, you still there? I thought you already had done it by now.
I've missed you so much. Kuka!
Is she really there?
I swear to you, my love.
He's full of it. He's just seeing stuff.
We will never be parted again.
What's wrong with him?
What the hell?
You
Godzilla?
get away from her!
Oh, is that Ifrit?
Benedicta!
The fudge?
I'll kill you, Rasputin!
Oh shit, he's priming. Not now.
Bro, why didn't you just stab him the second you seen him? Like the coolest sword ever.
Come on. Find him. You've done this before. You can do it again. Let the flames burn within you. No. Let them burn without.
Come to me, Ifrit!
That's pretty cool. Hold on, what? God damn. Damn, his hands are missing too. Never mind. Attack on Titan. you don't. Whoa. Big ass motherfucker. He's about to kick my ass now. No, you don't.
Nice trick. But if you can do it, then so could I!
Learn Brimstone. What? How the hell did I do that? God damn! Holy shit! What the fuck? Clive has learned the ability Brimstone from Titan to hold and to release R2 and square to emit a violent explosion. R2 and square. Okay.
Let's give this a try. Not bad.
Whoa! No, you don't. Damn. No! 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 Jesus Christ. How the hell do we toss him, man? What is that? Oh god, now we're about to get our asses kicked. Oh my god. Holy shit.
What the hell has he done?
Earth and Fury. Holy. What the fuck? Broskies. What the hell? What is going on here?
Found to help me. It's do or die. I'm coming, Kuka.
There's no way. Oh god. Oh god. Oh my god. Time to kick some ass. Oh no you don't. Did he just destroy his own arm? Fine then, we'll go up it. Oh my god. We're like so cool. Uh-oh. This dude is out of line. He's like out of sight with these powers, man. Like slinging a big turd. Oh god. Oh man. That like did nothing. Oh shit. What the hell are we gonna do with this guy? Oh, we're gonna light his ass up. That's what we're gonna do. Oh my god. Did we just break his arm off? Nice.
I've got you now.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I take it. Whoa. Jesus Christ, that is barely doing anything. Oh God. Oh. Man, I'm like barely doing hardly any damage to him. Come on, motherfucker. Wow! We're almost halfway there now. Yeah. I swear, man, this guy is fucking enormous. no, 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 no. Ow, ow, ow. Whoa! There we go. There we go. You going down, boy? You going down? You going down? You're going down. Oh, oh, you gonna miss that? Well, here, you can have it back. You're mine. Oh no. Your ass is grass now. I see it opening. Come here, Mia. Oh, oh, look at that. Boy ain't got no arms now. First he lost hands. Now he done lost all his arms. I'll beat you with your own tails. No, you don't. Oh, no, you don't. Take that, Titan. I'm gonna pop your zits. Oh God.
Heads up, Hugo.
Heads up, motherfucker. Right in your ugly chrome dome. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa! 1 million. Damn, almost 2 million. The fuck? Motherfucker! Ooh. No, you don't. There we go. Come here, motherfucker. Whoa, got him. big motherfucker. Come here. Get over here. Come on. Oh my god. Whoa. Come on, baby. Oh, yes. Going down now. You're going down. Who is your daddy? Right in your face. Oh, that looks like it's gonna hurt. Ow, no. No, this is going the wrong direction. Wrong direction.
From the crystal. If you can do it.
Jeez. Uh-oh. What the fuck are we gonna turn into? Whoa! I mean, he was already almost dead. No, you don't. No, you don't. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh god. Now that's the end of Kupka. That should be like Earth and Fury. That should be used. I should have like 10 level ups with that one. Trying to cut this down to size. Oh, nice. That's a clean cut. Holy shit! Uh-oh.
Is that you, Ultima? What do you want?
Your soul is tainted with worthless human will, yet your thirst for power remains undiminished. With every sip you take, you grow in strength, and soon you shall achieve perfection.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will accept us, Mythos.
Oh, jeez.
It is inevitable. You were created for this purpose, and you shall serve it.
Never!
What the fudge?
Fight it, Clyde! Don't let him in!
Consciousness.
This dude is so
We see
weird.
now. Human will is so insubstantial it cannot exist in isolation. You mitigate its weakness by interweaving it with your consciousness. We believed we had merely to purge you of your will to claim our vessel. It
You're gonna be doing no
we
purging.
first have to sever every
No
thread of the
purging here.
consciousness that supports it. No matter. The time to build a new world is not yet upon us. We will contemplate.
Damn.
Thank you, Joshua.
One can no more command the power of ether by drowning in its flood than one can constrain the tides by standing in the sea. I had thought Hugo wiser than this, but it seems his head was full of rocks after all.
Titan was strong.
Your Majesty.
But
What?
Mythos is stronger.
What the hell, man?
For 5 years, that man lived only for revenge. Clinging fast to a fiction, even as it swept him into the abyss. One cannot change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
Hugo Kupka, the man who gave his life for a woman's head. A fool like all the rest.
So Sid returned her head only? Holy shit. I thought she was ashes and she sent her ashes to him. But that was just her head.
That the death of a mother crystal
Why would he cut her
should
head
be
off?
so beautiful.
Why didn't he just send the whole body? From stone to sand. Exact revenge. Holy Order of the Knights Dagon.
Some medicine, my lord? I have salves, potions, anything you need.
Stop bothering me, urchin, or you'll feel the back of my hand.
You must consider your health, my prince. If a show of force is needed to keep the Dalmex at bay, you may trust in your dragoons. I beg you to call on Bahamut only as a last resort.
Oh, that's
his
the...
strength comes at too great a cost.
That was the other guy.
The Empire agreed to an armistice with the Republic, and yet the Emperor still plots its ruin. For now, the Dalmex suspect nothing, and as long as I can hold their gaze, war need not be inevitable. But more than that, Bahamut is the champion of the Empire. When our people look to the heavens, the sight of him gives them hope.
Oh. Hey. Getting spicy in there.
Forgive me, Terence. Would that you were my master. But alas.
I will always be your loyal servant.
The hell just happened?
Should the Council's brazen maneuvering prompt the Republic to tear up their own treaty and launch a new assault, our soldiers would advance to meet them, cutting across the Central Isles, but not in time to prevent their forces from breaching the southern defenses and storming Twinside. And so the capital would become a battlefield. Thousands of innocents would die. I cannot allow that to happen.
There is one small mercy, at least. You will not be forced to do battle with Titan.
Would that I could avoid doing battle at all.
1,000 pardons, Your Highness.
What is it?
Titan is dead.
Olivier has been made Emperor.
Who?
What is the meaning of this? My father's orders. What were they? Quickly!
Yes, Your Highness. His Radiance requests that Your Highness maintain position here and...
Ah! Terence.
Yes, my prince.
I must go to the palace.
I'll ready your steed.
What is it now?
Forgive the intrusion, Your Highness.
I know you.
At ease.
We stand in the presence of the Phoenix. You wouldn't want to get your fingers burned.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. Though I admit, I did not expect such a distinguished guest.
How many years has it been since the Remembrance ceremony? 20?
I thought you long dead. Do I address a ghost?
Many have told me that I look like one. But no. I'm alive. Just. Prince Dion of the House Lesage, I have a tale to tell you.
Ooh. I mean, we can't go nowhere else. It's the only place we can go to. Out of the chateau.
I'd better give Otto the good news.
Okay, we will do that on the next episode. I am overjoyed with excitement. I've overcome with excitement of that battle. Holy shit, that was a crazy ass fight. Yeah, I had 3 life bars and they were like huge. God, it took me like 30 minutes to kill him. Holy God, dude, that was crazy. Anyways, my God, finally Titan is dead. Yes, we're gonna go to the next one. Who are we gonna fight next? I have no idea. Bahamut? No, not Bahamut, but the other guy. Jeez. The story is just unfolding even more, man. This is wild. And then Olivia, whoever that is, that became king, pissed off Bahamut. What is going on here? We will find out on the next one, guys. Holy cow!